Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Bosses Only on 𝕃𝕀𝕂𝔼's YouTube channel, and we are back in Lair of Maarselok to finally cover the hard mode, because when the Scalebreaker DLC launched, we did these videos. I think they were actually the first Bosses Only we ever did, but we didn't at the time do the hard mode, so here we are back to cover the hard mode. So what's changed between straight vet and the hard mode? Well, first of all, Selene will now actively be involved in the fight as an extra enemy, being sort of mind controlled by Maarselok. So keep your eye on her, because periodically she will do her channeling, throwing out balls of poo mechanic that you saw in the first boss fight in here. So someone will have to bash her, because if you don't, you're going to just keep throwing out those poo balls. Maarselok prepares to charge, run around behind him, or dodge roll at the very last second to avoid being knocked onto your back. Now, the Scourge Seed mechanic that you will remember from regular Veteran works completely differently on hard mode. It's not going to be just that somebody's going to have the poo and they're going to need to go cleanse on a pad. Selene's going to become attackable, interrupt her, and damage her until her damage shield is gone, and then the seed will be thrown out. The two damage dealers and your healer, they want to go and synergize it and then see which of the pads are lit up. Remember to agree with yourselves what you're going to call them, 1, 2, 3, or grass, mud and blue stuff, or whatever. 1, 2, 3 seems to be the easiest, and take a look at which pad. In a scenario where both damage dealers and the healer are seeing one pad, the tank would be the odd one out. This is why he doesn't need to synergize the seed to find out who really has the poo. He just needs to know that he's the odd man out and go to the pad that they see, not the pad that he sees. So if everybody synergized the seed and the healer and the one damage dealer saw a particular pad and the other damage dealer saw a different pad, then it is still a case of being outnumbered. The damage dealer and the healer that see the one pad are seeing the real pad, and the damage dealer that sees a different one should go to the pad that they see and cleanse there. Not cleansing will cause a lurcher to erupt out of you, alien chestburster style, and probably kill you, not to mention run around and slap down the rest of your group. Now, watch what happens if you die in this dungeon. The body can't be resurrected, it is instead covered with a pile of roots that has a little health bar. These roots are going to have to be killed before the dead player underneath can be rezzed. They've been killed, so now we can attempt to get a resurrect. Now, when you are resurrected in this situation, make sure that any AoEs and things have dissipated before getting up. Otherwise, you can end up in a situation where you get up and immediately fall down again. As you can see there, Cat waited for that AoE to go away before she got back up. Now, there are a lot of ads in this dungeon, a lot. Fanny flowers, little ice ray things, you've seen them throughout the dungeon, but they're going to just keep on spawning. The tank can taunt them, but there are so many of them that that's a big ask, even for a tank that's already well versed on how this dungeon works. The good news, though, is they don't have a lot of health. It's just that there's a lot of them and they're annoying. And if they surround you too much, they can cause line of sight issues for you hitting the boss. So if you just put some AoEs down around yourself, they will mostly take care of the ads for you, and you can tab target the boss and just focus on him. Now, we've lost some other players here, and Cat's going to have to res them, but before she can do that, as you can see, the bodies are encased in roots. Those roots must be killed, then the body underneath can be rezzed. The Scourge Seed has gone out again. Now, important to note with this Scourge Seed, you are going to have to communicate clearly. Remember, it's whoever sees the most of a pad, that's the pad to cleanse on. So if the 3 people that go and synergize are all seeing one pad, that means that the tank needs to go and synergize on that pad. And if anybody else sees one pad and the other 3 see a different one, then the person who is the odd one out needs to go and cleanse on that pad. Make sure that you're communicating, because if that mechanic fails, the person who has been claimed by the 𝕊𝕑𝕑 will give birth to a lurcher who will pop out, kill you, and probably run around and slap everybody to death, probably before the tank can even get hold of him. Aside from that, it's all the other mechanics that you remember from regular Veteran, the fire circles that rain down fire, and the flaming breath, and the headbutt, and the wing slap, and the Foos Rodar unrelenting force shout. All of those things are still going to be at play here, in addition to these altered Scourge Seed mechanics. So it is a lot of mess and a lot of things to look out for. But as long as you work together and communicate clearly, you will be able to win. Now, another mechanic that's very important to point out, and this one is mostly for the tank, is if you ever get a really bad dot on you that takes your health away very fast, what you need is to cleanse immediately. It is worth putting efficient purge on for yourself, so that if you see your health suddenly going down very rapidly, you can cleanse. However, call it out to your group, because when you cleanse, 3 fireballs are going to shoot out from your body and hit your group members, and they hit for quite a lot, so they will want to block, because it's possible if they've already taken damage and then this thing comes and hits them, that it can kill them. Lost some teammates again, so again we want to kill the roots that prevent you from rezzing, that way you can resurrect the dead player underneath. Make sure that you keep on top of the ads, lay out plenty of AoE, damage over time abilities on the ground to just help you stay on top of them, but keep your primary focus on the boss. Remember, don't be too close, you don't want to get hit by the headbutt, but you will see it telegraphed by a big red AoE cone on the floor so you can dodge roll it. Same with the wing slap, don't be too far over to his left or right. You want to ideally treat this the same way you would with the Sunspire trial, and have the DPS on one side standing between the head and wing, and the tank on the other between the head and wing, and try to stay on that side even when the dragon charges across the room, so that way you're not having to crisscross each other, which could cause unfortunate incidents like overlapping fire circles and other dangerous things that we want to avoid. Here's that sweeping breath attack. You can dodge roll or you can block. Selene is again channeling and throwing out poo balls. Looks like somebody's interrupted. There's the unrelenting force shout. Tank can block that, or you can dodge roll at the last second. Either way. More fire, make sure we're avoiding that. At this point you've pretty much seen all the mechanics, and as long as you stay on top of this Scourge Seed mechanic and the way it's been altered for hard mode, and you continue your communication even up to the last second, you'll be able to win. And with that, our good friend Maarselok on hard mode has been defeated, which means we can go and loot our fantastic dragon hoard of treasure, including star metal, lockpicks, manganese and adamantite, and possibly even a hat, and maybe even a motif page. But that's it, so go get him! Subscribe if you like what you see, and hit that bell so that you never miss a video. Remember, you can follow Kat over on Twitter to keep up to date with the latest goings on, and check out what cool pictures she's posting on her Instagram. Since you're already here on the YouTube, why not check out the channel and find some other videos you might like, and remember to come by and visit the stream at twitch.tv/𝕃𝕀𝕂𝔼. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Bosses Only.